Thanks for staying with us. Now, under international standards, both men and women should have equal rights and opportunity to everything worldwide, most especially to participate fully in all aspects of, and at all levels of political processes. Now, globally, women constitute over half of the world's population and contribute in virtual ways, or vital ways rather, to societal development generally. So in most societies, women assume some key roles, which are mother, producer, home manager, community organizer, social, cultural, and political activist. Of these many roles mentioned, the last has been endangered, right, engendered by women movement. Now, in line with global trends, Nigerian women constitute nearly half of the population of the country, but despite the major roles that they play with their population, women roles in the society are yet to be given recognition, and this is due to some cultural stereotypes, abuse of religion, traditional practices, and patriarchal societal structures. So what do you think are some of the challenges, right, young female politicians face in Nigeria? Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also tweet at us at PlusTvAfrica1 with the hashtag WaveShow. So I was going to bring in Damilola in a minute, but I just wanted to hear your thoughts, because for me, when I see this topic, I think it's a double whammy. First of all, you are a woman, right? And then you are now young. They are two different things, because it's one thing for you to be a woman in politics, it's another thing for you to be a young person in politics. I mean, I'm quite impressed with the crop of people that are coming out this 2023 elections. I mean, just on Saturday, GRV has declared that he's going for governorship in Lagos. Banky W also came out, he's going for House of Representatives. You know, so we're seeing a crop of young people coming out. Usually when I see guys declare, there's no really, you don't get the, you know, like, but if a woman comes out and the woman is now young again, it's like a double.
Like, what are you doing there?
Yeah, what are you doing there? But let me hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this topic?
I think basically it's a cultural thing. We believe that the space is for men, but with the crop of people that are coming up, especially young women who are politically aware now compared to how it was before, we have seen women wake up to to take their place in politics and stand up for the rights of women and the society as well. So I think it's a good one if we see more women step out. I'm not a politician though, you know, but I believe that we need more women in politics. Basically.
Okay, so let me hear your thoughts, Manny.
Well, I think that the political terrain is not a very friendly one for women, most especially someone from the younger demography, so it becomes more difficult for them. So I think they have a lot of issues they deal with, which we need to start to speak up, you know, about, so that we can start taking care of them, tackling them one after the other. So when they see that you're a woman, like we said, it's a problem. And then when they see that you're a younger woman,
that's like a double problem.
It's double problem, double jeopardy. So yeah, so what it is they now lack public support. So people are like, you're young, you're a woman, you don't have sense. You can't have sense. Then we have factors that affect them.
Or you have someone who is sponsoring you.
You have a sugar daddy, you know, so they see it for the men, it's like you have a godfather. But when you are a woman in politics, you have there's a man bankrolling your
another godfather.
It's a godfather, but this time they remove the god and put the sugar, you know. So then we have factors affecting it, like religion. So there are so many religions that will not allow their women to speak up. How much more to go for, you know, a political position? We have, you know, like lack of support. So they also have lack of financial support. So all these things begin to affect the women and makes it very difficult for them to come out.
I hate it when I hear people say that you're young. Just wait. It's not your turn yet, because I mean there are much more
people waiting
and all of that.
Waiting
if the person is qualified, you know.
I
mean, some of these people that are leaders now, they were heads of state when they were in their 30s, right? So why can't we start to push for more people in their 30s, you know, to occupy such positions, right? So, I mean, it's really interesting, but let me bring in our honorable guest. Honorable Damilola Otubanjo is a fashion enthusiast. She's also an entrepreneur, an engineer, a mother, a beautician, philanthropist, and a beauty queen. Now, she bagged her first degree in physics with electronics from Otubanjo University and in Nigeria, and a second degree in renewable engineering from Kingston University in London. She has worked with Lagos State Government under the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources and drove novel power projects in the renewable energy space, such as creating the research and development unit in the ministry, designing and developing the first solar water pump project at the Lagos State Electricity Board before joining the agency to head the solar department, where she was in charge of the operation and maintenance of Lagos Solar, a project initiated by the Lagos State Government with counter-funding from the DFID. Upon serving the government for some years, she went into private business sector, driving a fashion and lifestyle business called the Damilola Group. Here, she focuses on fashion beauty products for women and all class and color. Damilola Signature, Damilola Casual, Damilola Luxe, caters to women apparel, serving all women clothing. Damilola Glow, Damilola Scent, Damilola Hair Care, Damilola Spa offers beauty and product services for women. Her passion for young people led her into founding the Pink Dove Charitable Initiative, an NGO that is touching lives and driving social economic change for over 14 years. Now, she's a mom of 2 adorable daughters and believes strongly in pursuing her dream. And that is why we have brought her here. In case you did not know, let me reintroduce our co-host. She's not a small woman. It is the passion that she has that also brought her to be part of the co-anchors on Ways, and we are really truly honored, to have very powerful women. One day I will read out Mani and Isi's profile for you too. We have very powerful women on our show, and we are really happy, and we are very supportive, 100% behind you, Honorable Damilola. Thank you so much for joining us as our guest today.
Let's clap for her.
As you're reading the profile, I was just smiling. Okay.
I've done this.
Okay.
And you're going
it's a pleasure
to
being here. It's an amazing
Absolutely.
thing to sit on the hot chair. Today I'm a guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every other time I'm a co-host.
Yeah.
It's interesting to wear many hats. It's interesting to switch roles
Yes.
and perform beautifully at every one of them. So
Absolutely. So we're
hit
honored.
me, hit me.
Yeah, we're here with you. So
ready for you.
let's hit the ground running, because I remember when you spoke with me about the dream for going into politics and all of that. I mean, you're different because you're somebody that has, you've actually tested a lot of things, and for you see your state, for instance, as something that you believe that there are so many resources that are there that you just need the right mind to be able to extract and take it on a global stage. But there is always this thing that comes whenever somebody says they want to come out for positions of elective offices, right? And for you is a double whammy, right? You are a young woman. I mean, you are a woman, first of all, and you are then young on it.
Am I really young?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You are young, actually. I mean, if you compare yourself to the crop of people that we see as,
female politicians.
Female politicians.
You're
I mean,
right,
there are a lot.
definitely.
Me, I'm not in politics. I'm just 37. I can't be thinking of politics now. It's not possible. I don't even think I can actually have the liver to run for any, probably an appointment. But say I will go and be shouting, vote for me. I don't think I have that energy. But let's understand how the journey has been so far, since the intention, and how has it been the reception, especially being that you are a woman and you are young.
Wow, it's an interesting experience for me, and I did a lot of mental preparation before I went into it. When people see me come out running for office, they wonder, you are doing fashion, you want to run for office. I mean, what's the connection? But those that are close to me long enough, that have been in my space for years, know that it's not a whim. I didn't just jump at it out of the blues, out of desperation, out of survival. It is an innate desire that has been pulsating for a very long time, that I've nurtured and nursed, which was what led to me joining the public service, the civil service in the first place. So for me, if you ever check my name, you can find some of my previous interview while I was a beauty queen. and I'm talking 2007, 2008. Even preceding that time, I've always nursed the ambition to be part of a significant change. For me, to live a life of influence is our greatest call. We do not understand that it's not about running religious practices before you change lives. You must learn to live your life in such a way that on account of you living your life, other people find the strength, the muscle to stand up and live theirs. And it is only by living yours that you can learn and make mistakes, and then you can share your experiences with other people as you journey along. So to volunteer myself as a guinea pig, as a young woman, to run for office, to vie for position of leadership, is something that I live for. Do I have self-doubt sometimes? Of course I have doubts. Do I struggle? Absolutely I struggle. Has it been a tough ride? Completely tough. But has it been very encouraging? Absolutely encouraging. If there's anything that keeps me going is, I can't fail because other people are watching me to succeed, not because they're watching me to fail. A lot of people are very cynical, very pessimistic with their snide remarks. You understand that they're projecting on you the possibilities they see for themselves, and you don't take ownership of those remarks.
Exactly.
The world is a mirror. People only see you as they are. So when I hear people say some things that are very inappropriate, I just take pity upon them, particularly from the women. Particularly from the women. I know we're going to shake some table tonight, but it is important we put this thing out there. So we know, in case we do not know, now we know. We can never feign ignorance of this conversation anymore. The challenges of a young woman running for office is really not from the man. There's a bit of a man issue on the underlining of it, because then power is something that men do not consider a woman to hold. They do not expect you as a young woman to vie for a position as lofty as a House of Representatives, starting out the first time into governance. But you do not know what drives me. You do not know my mission, my vision that influences my decision and my action. How dare you tell me what I can do? Just because you don't see it possible for yourself does not mean you should scorn me for taking this step. I'd rather fail at doing something I love than succeed at doing mediocre.
I like that. So what has been your biggest challenge so far in your journey?
Well, like every young person running for office, there's an issue of you're young, you're inexperienced. There's a natural tendency for people to doubt your seriousness. I remember I had a chat with one of my chieftain, and he said to me, I don't want to speak Yoruba, I would have used his word. Do you really want to do this thing, or are you just testing water?
Really?
Do you really want to run for office, or are you just seeking popularity? Do you really want to win, or are you looking for an appointment?
But Damilola, you cannot take away the fact that when it comes to people that are coming out to say they want to run for political offices, a lot of people actually are in that box, where they are seeking popularity, seeking relevance, so that eventually they settle for an appointment, a political appointment. So you can't, I mean, it's a valid question. Valid, yes.
But it goes to the heart of the matter that makes people think that there's a bit of a self-doubt that comes with that question. And there's the need of checking you to be sure that you know what you're doing and what you're gunning for. But the challenges for me, I would say I've been blessed. I would say the reception has been very good. The people have been very warm. Because when I go home, what drives me is my passion. What drives me is my desire. And when I speak, you can tell that she carry fire. You know, and you have to not dump down. You have to not pipe down. But then you want to find a fine balance between being confident and not coming across as being arrogant. Because these are people who are not used to a woman stepping up to that plate and saying, I want to run for the office of House of Representatives.
So you were going to talk about the biggest resistance being women, the biggest people, because I mean there was a conference that you attended recently and Larry Odishola was talking about, and that's the truth. Let's be honest. You know, women are, we keep on saying women support women, but I don't see that happening, because women, we are our biggest, you know, although our own generation of women were changing things, right? We are comfortable. We are comfortable. Yes, we are comfortable seeing every other person's
another
success.
queen's crown.
Yes, go ahead, Milola.
You touch on something that I would like to share without trying to sound like I'm attacking anybody, but we need to do better as women. Larry Lishola said, he said it and it was spot on. Women compete with women. Is a fellow woman you're wearing your lashes for, is a fellow woman you're wearing your wigs for, your bone straights, your long hair. No man cares about those type of things. You're only wearing your high heels so that you can be taller than the next woman. And that's really spot on. And I realized that women do not do enough for women, particularly a woman that can be considered a threat, or a woman that can be seen to have a bit of brightness and a lot of prospects. There's a bit of fear and intimidation from a fellow woman when you see a young, beautiful woman stepping up to that plate. Do I then not show up in my grandest ideal just because I do not want you to feel inadequate?
Intimidated.
There's always the issue of, and I see women say women empowerment, women empowerment, women empowerment. The only women really empowerment are the women that are the downtrodden and the ones that are the low-class women. We need to empower a woman like yourself. We should be comfortable. And I think that, for me, because I know who I am, the Bible says, know thyself and to thyself be true. There's a common wound amongst we women. What is responsible for some of this inadequacy or sense of inadequacies, largely because of a lot of undiscovered issues within us. We share a common wound as women. So that's why we can relate with each other's struggle. That's why you can pick a vibe of another woman, whether it's positive or negative, because we are all connected. We're all from the same space. We all share the same struggle and the same worry. And you know what you did to scale. So you understand this is the part she's going to have to toe. And somehow a part of you is saying, no, I'm not going to have as a competition. And then you start to get a lot of vibe. Vibe speaks louder than words.
Absolutely.
Okay, on that note, let's take a break. We'll take a break. When we come back from the break, we'll continue this amazing chat. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Now, if you just tuned in, we are discussing the challenges young female face in Nigeria. And we are with Honorable Damilola. I love that name, Honorable Damilola Otubanjo. Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS to WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also tweet at us at WayShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WayShow. Now, Milola, you touched on, okay, you have a question. Go ahead.
Okay, so Milola, one of the challenges that I brought up when I spoke first, I talked about lack of public support. So we know that the lack of public support goes to also affect the lack of financial support. So how has it been for you financially? How have you been able to do this? Because we talked about women empowerment, financial empowerment some weeks ago. So we know that it's sometimes easier for the men, you know, to do well here in this arena, but more difficult for the women because of they're not financially empowered. So how has it been for you, and how are you raising funds for your campaign?
It's been tough, Manny. It's been it's been a lot of struggle, you know. But one thing is, people, what I've discovered is a lot of people are watching you, Damilola. They want to see how far you can go. They want to see how well you can survive on your own. And for one thing is, I say to myself, nobody owe you nothing. You got up and you chose to run. If you ever get help, please don't be entitled. Forget the fact whether women don't get support or financing. You choose this battle. And if you think, these are my conviction, if you think that what you're doing is good enough, you have to trust the universe. You have to trust the source. You have to trust God to bring you help at the point of need. And this is what I anchor my strength on. All I need, I have. What I don't have is what I want. There's a difference between need and want. There's sometimes I need to get up and go and do some things. I need to do this, I need to do this. I realize at the hour of need, help is available. But I would love to have this, I would love to have that, I would love to have this, I would love to have that, you know, and I'm not able to. And sometimes I feel like I could do better. But lack of enough funds has also given me a lot of awareness.
Creative ideas.
Aside of the creative, it's made me be aware of the people that support me and surround me. People invest more in the seat than in the candidates. People fund a candidate, they don't fund an aspirant. You hear people say things like, go and secure your ticket first and then we can bring you the money. How do I stand a chance to secure a ticket if I do not get the necessary funding?
Damilola, I just want to add now, you know, like when you said everything, you said what I need, I have, what I don't need. I actually said hallelujah. That just actually sounds like a testimony. But what I'm going to do is, I believe in you. I heard what you just said. People fund the candidate. So they're
People
not
fund the position.
the position, not the candidate. So they're not looking at you. They want to bet on something. But
They come on guarantees. They invest on certainties. If you can secure the ticket, then I'll give you. So one day I'll take you to a prominent Nigerian. He mentioned a big name. I said, why do I have to win it? Do you believe in me or do you believe in the ticket? That means you're investing in my. Oh, she looks like she's gonna scale. Let's quickly tag along.
Yeah.
You want to.
They
You want
wait
people
till
to
the
invest
last
in you.
minute.
But then, like I said, God has been gracious, and I believe that my passion, my desire, my commitment, and my dedication has seen me through. I'm grateful that I discovered a path before I discovered politics.
Yeah.
And that is what I anchored and find my strength in, discovering the spiritual path, discovering the purpose of who I am, understanding that I have a universe within me, and there is nothing that can be withheld from me, helps me to sustain this dream and this agenda.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Damilola, you've actually touched on a lot of points, but there is one key thing I want you to, touch on, and that is marginalization based on the fact that you are a woman and a pretty one at that. So can you throw light on this, on how has it been for you as a pretty woman who, do you think you've been marginalized in the process of you trying to get your ticket as well?
I like that question, AC, and I want to say that I do not feel marginalized. I actually feel privileged.
Good.
I feel that because I'm a woman, I stand a higher chance than the man. And in Ogun State, where the governor is very passionate about women involvement in governance. Just on Friday, the governor signed, there's a bill at the House, 35 women derivative. He actually signed the one for Ogun State to involve 35 women in governance. And I said, I'm going to take a seat. I'm going to place a demand on the governor. You said you signed this. I demand to be involved. There are 3 women that's come out of House of Representatives.
Yeah.
It means the 3 of us should get a ticket.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you have
He needs to back that signing.
Put your
some
money where your
action.
mouth is. Yes.
And luckily for me, I'm the only woman that has emerged yet out of 11 candidates vying for this seat.
Wow.
So in no way or form do I really feel marginalized. I actually think it's an advantage that I'm a woman because it gives me a negotiating power to say, I'm not just a woman, you can test me. I actually asked for a debate. Throw us all onto the field. Let's defend our...
But let me bring it back a bit. Do you think right now the way the political structure is, it's focused on what you have as content on your inside, or loyalty or whatever? Because again,
it has nothing.
Do you get my point? Because if we want to benchmark your emerging, and this is where a lot of young people fail, right? This is where a lot of young people fail. They feel like, oh, I am intelligent, I'm super intelligent, I know what to do, blah, blah, blah. But they forget to play the political part. And this is why we have been watching your journey, going back to the grassroots, ensuring that there are a bit of, stakeholder consultations and all of that is going on here and there. So how relevant is that, again, with your movement as a young woman, right? And that people are saying, and again, you're pretty, my dear. You cannot tell me that some things will not have been demanded.
Oh boy, don't take that table. and like, very spot on, Ua.
Yeah.
Someone said to me, Damilola, loyalty is more important than qualification. It doesn't matter how skilled, how knowledgeable, how smart, how intelligent, how outspoken or driven you are. They check how loyal are you to your people, how loyal are you to the party? The party is going to back you up. You have to be kind to the party for the party to be kind to you. And you already know what that means.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of dough to muscle, to prove loyalty. And I discovered that they see you, they hear you, they believe in you. It's one thing to believe in somebody, it's another thing to believe that person. I believe in you, I believe in your ability, I believe in your time, but do I trust you
enough
to deliver the mandates, the perks, the bags of the office to me or us when you secure that office?
Position.
Wow.
That's a different conversation entirely.
Wow.
Do you understand? Do people believe you enough to think that you can break bread, to think you can share the perks, to think that you can consider their self-interests ahead of
the people's
ahead? You know, those are the things they're also watching out for.
Yeah.
And that's what they mean by loyalty is more important than qualification.
You know,
how loyal are you going to be to
So,
your
you know, when I hear you say loyalty, I mean, you're just concluded, you belong to the APC, right? The just concluded convention. I mean, there were 3 candidates, I believe, that were very strong for the position of the national youth leader. Of course, my friend Dayo Israel emerged as the national leader. But there was a strong candidate as well. I mean, I hear she's super intelligent. She's, you know, she's young. She's, what's her name again?
Risola
Abiola, right? She's the daughter of late Abiola. She's super intelligent, everything and all of that. But I can bet you for free that, you know, if a position comes up, right, and Damilola is put side by side with a young man, right, why would they always come back? What are we not getting right as women and again as young people? Why would they continue to, you know, believe more in a male candidate than a female candidate? Yeah.
Without a doubt, there's a lot of programming going right there with that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of programming to believe that the man is the head and the woman is the neck or the support system. Our men struggle to give power to women because in the past, some women have actually not tried with the position they've been given. Yeah. There's been a lot of abuse and they shut the door.
Men too have failed, Damilola.
But in terms of the number of women that have been given a chance to represent the interest of the female folk, they use them as a benchmark to judge the rest of us.
Sure.
And now, aside of that issue of women not doing right, there's an intrinsic check in the minds of men when a woman is going to vie for a position that they consider reserved for men. And they do not want to surrender the custody of authority to a young woman to hold such position because there's an hierarchy in politics.
Sure. No, but
and you will take a position when you have a particular role.
So, Damilola, do you think our emotions have anything to do with it? You know why I say so? They would pick a Dayo Israel, for instance, as opposed to Risola Abiola, to become the youth leader for APC, right? Because they believe that emotional intelligence is possible, that Dayo Israel will be able to manage all stakeholders better than the woman that is we are all worked up. Do you think our emotions has anything to do with, I mean, that plays out all the time when a decision is put before, you know, people, and it has to be both from a man or a woman, and they always go back to picking the man? Do you think so?
I do not think so. Women are emotionally intelligent, emotionally stable.
True.
The things we manage, the things we wrestle, the things we juggle is proof that we are very, very competent and up to the task.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with the man. It has everything to do with the structure, the culture, the programming of past. And another thing, because I'm a student on the spiritual path who understands that we've been here many times before now, there's a baggage and a residue that affects our current level of performance that constantly remind you of the limitations of this present life and of the past. We need to look beyond the veil. We need to peek deeper and understand what really is going on. Before we can change, we have to stop, we have to analyze, we have to take a risk, and we have to take chances. Once we start to break and touch on those points, then we start to see that women are actually as equally equipped with the same emotions running in both male and female, without anybody not still having struggles and excesses. We all have struggles, we all have strengths, we all have weaknesses, irrespective of this physical body. And we need to start to look at human being beyond the veil, beyond the covering, beyond the outfit, beyond the apparel, beyond the skin, and understand that we are both male and female. Because sometimes I feel my male energy is so strong that it drives under even my female gene. So it has nothing to do with how feminine or how masculine I am.
I agree with you.
Okay, let's take some comments.
Okay. So before we take one, can I just
Quickly.
ask one quick
We
one?
are running out of
Okay.
time.
What about they say women are not able to go for night meetings? That's one of the things that actually keeps women from actually participating in politics. So Milola, how have you been coping with the midnight meetings?
I haven't had a lot of that. It can only become more intensified as the race progresses. And trust me, it's a challenge. We have to face and be realistic with the challenges that women have to have been confronted with. And you would have to make a lot of effort. For someone that is very nocturnal, I'm a night owl. I function most at night. I will probably not have any issues staying up. I remember when we were at the convention, I was up till 6:30 a.m. in the morning before I left the convention ground. Yes, and what were we doing? Observing. There was nothing we were doing but looking at the whole activity. There was even no election anyways. So we just sat there and sat and sat and sat some more. And I realized a lot of redundancy in the number of hours of engagement. There's no much productivity. So many a time the meetings are nothing but a lot of fun moments and gist time.
Okay.
The quality work that goes into it is so small. You can have a situation where you get to wait for hours to have a meeting, and the meeting is just for 5 seconds. So you're waiting, you're not meeting. They are a totally different thing. Wow. So it takes a lot of mental preparedness and understanding that there's a price to pay. You cannot expect, and don't say that I'm a woman, I have to close. That's why they say you should not come there.
Exactly.
So you have to be prepared
You
for
have
it.
to be prepared for what
You know,
you're
how about
asking
the toasters? Are you prepared for them?
Well,
As a fine woman, we cannot not talk about that.
you have to understand that one thing that I struggle with though, and until recently I said, the Bible says the gift of a man will make way for him. One of the gifts God has given me is beauty. But he has done more than that. He has given me a brain, even though I say so myself.
Oh, you had that brain.
And I've made effort to make sure that I constantly improve on myself so that I can show that I have more to offer beyond my physical
being.
My beauty has opened doors, but it has stand in the way of me getting in. It has. I've had to walk away from some conversation because I just look at it. It's not because I'm a saint. It's not because I'm not interested. I just look at the terms of engagement and I say, I'm never going to touch this. Let's be involved as individuals. Let's work as people. If I'm game, I'm game. Never because of a condition. I would refuse any negotiation that is based on, I can help you, but it totally switches me off. And it makes me really, really inappropriate in my conduct and my manner. Then I will tell you that I'm not interested. Forget it. I have learned enough about myself. I've achieved enough with my life to know that the beauty is a gift. It's not a curse.
Yes.
And I should not abuse it. I should tame the horse. You know, when you sit on a horse, the horse wants to run wild. It wants to run all over the place. But you need to maintain the rein and tame that horse. We women need to master how to tame our beauty and make it convenient and comfortable for other beautiful women to jump in.
Hallelujah! I have to say my own out loud. Let's take some comments.
Okay, mine says, good evening, beautiful ladies. Wow, what a conversation. I wish Milola the best in her. In her, I see confidence, strength, and zeal. I hope she also mentors the younger ones to be confident and bold to speak wherever they are. Thumbs up, ladies. Yuri from Gombe State.
Thank you, Yuri.
Okay, so good evening, my dear beautiful sisters of What Are You Saying ways. I do not think it is fair for women to be put aside and be relegated to the background when it comes to occupying positions of office in Nigeria. What stops a woman for a change from being the president of Nigeria? Is it a bad thing?
Thank you.
I
God
believe
bless
in the
you.
statement that says that what a man can do, a woman can do even better.
Absolutely.
Sister Damilola, nice one.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and thumbs up to you. Please, I need a favor from you ladies. My mom is in the United Kingdom and I told her about the program Ways. Please let me know the channel she can watch it because she's very much interested. In Nigeria, the channel is 408 Plus TV. So what about the channel?
Okay, so I
in
think
the
Daniel,
Send the
you will
link.
need to just go on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes, PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. She can always link up. People are watching us from the UK. All right, so good evening, ladies. Some of the challenges young women, female politicians face in Nigeria mostly are from our culture, religion, and social mindset.
Absolutely.
Culturally, most people, even women, think you want to be uncontrollable. Don't want to build your home, but compete with men. Forgetting you've been with men in school and marketplaces,
Thank you.
excelled more than most of the men, then why should you be limited and talked down on? As Dami said, most women will always talk down on fellow women, being the first that will accuse them of sleeping around.
yes.
It's quite unfortunate. You need to stand your ground and surround yourself with people like mind who believe in your vision. Thank you so much, BC. So Milola, if you had a minute to go, what would you say to all the young people, especially young, beautiful, brilliant women coming out in 2023? What would you encourage them to do?
I was going to touch on something
Quickly.
you said, which was very, very important. It's about taking the title honorable before my name. I remember I was at a female women conference for women, and a woman was magnanimous. Honorable. Another woman said, "Okay, honorable. Aspirant, sorry, I'm speaking Yoruba.
No, we understand.
And I see a thread.
Absolutely.
You can literally see. I used to tell people, don't call me an honorable. Then I said, no, Damilola, you call the things that are not as though they were.
Yeah.
Preach.
You're I'm
Take
speaking
the
to
title,
universe.
take
And own it.
Own it.
Own it.
I am Honorable Damilola Otubanjo. I
Awesome.
dare say it with every boldness. Women are a very interesting species. And I want to say, just to wrap up, just like you said, do not let people scorn your dream. And do not even stand in your own way.
Yeah.
Because it is one thing for somebody to project negativity on you, it's another thing for you to catch on that virus.
And imbibe it.
Take ownership of your life, take ownership of your mental space. You need a lot of self-awareness, a lot
Awesome.
of journeying inside. For me to thrive, for me to succeed, I have to constantly withdraw within.
Awesome.
Because all emanates from within me.
Awesome.
You know, so for me, that's how I
Thank you so much. Greetings, ladies. I want to encourage Honorable Milola to keep
you.
fighting a good fight of faith. Your speech tonight is very motivational. I am gift of all watching from Luanda, Angola. Oh, that's Angola. Thank you so much. Then Damilola is a bunch of beauty and brain. I encourage her constituency to please vote her into House of Representative. This is regards Lawrence. Lawrence didn't tell us from where, but thank you so much, Honorable Milola. We will continue to project our very own. Because she is not just, you know, beautiful, she is brilliant, and she has
Very intelligent.
beautiful vision
Yes.
for her constituency. So we need to start giving the tickets to the right people. Thank you so much, Honorable. We are super proud of you, and we know this is only the beginning.
That's
Awesome.
it.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Manny. Thank you, Isi. We had a fantastic conversation. Now, before we go, ensure you follow us on Instagram at Wayshow Africa. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and more importantly, follow all our engagements on social media, like, share, invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. Now, if you missed tonight's quote, here it is again. Women belong in all places where decisions are being made. Absolutely. It's a simple fact. We'll see you guys live tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.